All right, it is day 3 here on Dworshak, and been learning about that diesel heater. its lowest setting will blast you, and you gotta vent. The problem is, I don't think you run out of gas that easy. It kind of sips on the diesel somehow. I think I can get 3 nights use out of it. By the 4th, you're done. But 3 nights with the, what is it, I think it was 1.15 gallons is what I put in it first time. The problem is it draws considerable electric. And I have 2 Dakota lithium boxes. Chad actually gave me one of his a 23. And I got 2.5 nights out of that. So you got to recharge that. And I want to figure out a bigger battery bank for this, with a single battery that can recharge all kinds of stuff. I do have electrical hookups here at the campsite, and not much more than that. A bathroom that's just one of those holes. But yeah, getting ready to launch. See if I can get a few more at-bats with these giant fish. I've struck out on bigs the first 2 days. Again, an empty parking lot. Got the whole thing to myself. Yesterday was an interesting weather day. I experienced all seasons. Well, not summer, but for sure it was beautiful. Warm, sunny, no wind, and then we had thunder snow right after that. Crazy how the weather here changes fast, super fast. All right, I'm on this big, I'm gonna call it a deep flat, right out from the ramp, and got a little bit of a notch right there. Let me see if I can see. There were a bunch of bait fish right in there. It's crazy. As soon as I pull the camera out, whatever I see disappears. Let's just keep cruising forward. See if I get them to show back up again. Just pan them out. Looking. There's a single. It's funny. There are a couple marks that I thought were bass. As soon as I cast on them, they ran to the bottom and ran away. So, not real aggressive, but there are bait fish schools out here. The kokanee. Alright, I think I'm gonna go up lake a little bit. I've marked 2 really good waypoints 2 days ago that had a lot of fish on point, so I will hit those and probably keep heading north. Opposite direction as yesterday. Starting out with mag draft. Alright, it is smooth as glass. I know inside of 10 minutes all of that can change. I learned that yesterday. Kind of knew it. You know, being up on top of a mountain, weather can move in really quick, and the peaks kind of make it turbulent and sort of downburst of wind. I'm going back to where a point where I had my first encounter with the big fish that came out and grabbed the tail end of the 7-inch scented jerk shad, but didn't fully eat it. So I'm actually gonna take Rick's advice. Rick, who I met the other day, was using real finessey stuff. So I got a finesse jig there ready with like half of a baby goat. So I don't know, try something different. Try something that, you know, I've been throwing bait fish profiles the whole time. Let's just throw a craw at them. I tried it last year and it really didn't do much, but I don't know. I know there's fish on this point, and then there's one across that I want to hit, and they're relatively close. So I'll spend some time on each. I might volley back and forth between the two a couple times. Let one reset and go check out the other. All right. Little Dink likes the craw. Nice lay down here. I was getting bites. Think the big one will eat it? I already hung one on one of these big root ball stumps that are all over the place. They do a lot of logging out here. That's, I think, the main thing that happens on this land. And a lot of the roads we use to access are just logging trails. And I'm sure that whenever they made this, they cleared out a whole lot of timber below a certain point. I'm actually looking at a ridge line here that has been totally scrubbed. No trees on it. And most of it is fairly well, you know, a lot of forest, but it's just one of the structural things that you're gonna see on your forward-facing sonar or down imaging or whatever. You're gonna see stumps, and when they get low, you can see them up on the bank. I think we're about 30 feet down below full pool and 280 feet of water, and that close to shore. I got another trout. Look at these things. They're eating trout, eating jigs. These are pretty fish. What are you doing eating something a bass is supposed to eat? Bye-bye. I'm not here for you. I knew it felt weird. That size. Let's make a run over to the other one, see if we got any active fish there. Wind started picking up a little bit here. I've seen two boats head north, like up lake quite a bit, and it seems like, you know, maybe that's the thing to do. Maybe all the fish are up at the top where the river comes in. Alright, on to the second point. Whatever year class this was is a really strong one. That one feels a little stronger. Yep, that's a strong one. Alright, nice, 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 nice. We got a decent fish on the jig. He looks like he's tagged. Yeah, that is interesting. We're going to take a look. I think I just caught a tagged fish. See that? Is that showing up? Orange tag. I wonder what this is about. I'll take a picture. ID FG has a number. I'll give him a call. Sweet. On the jig. Good one. Give them a weight since they're studying these fish. It's cool that they're studying them. It's about 2 3/4. Little guy. Three of them off of this point. That one feels good. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh. Nice. Well, I say good. Not a dink. Not a dink. Good, good, good. Not going off of where I've caught them or seen them the other day. I'm just hitting new points as I go. Huh. Tell me that isn't an old creek channel. Yep, there's some to the left. Some right in the creek channel. Alright, I am going to make a run here. I'm going to go back to where I was yesterday, where I've marked fish. Let's go here. Look at my chart here for a minute. And zoom in. So that's camp. Missed a big one there. So that's on the way. Round this corner. Towards the end of the day, I missed a bunch of bites right there. Saw them on the graph. And then, I don't know. It's down towards the dam. I figure if I know some spots where I've found concentrations of fish and had interactions, it's probably a better game plan than just randomly picking places to tediously slow drag that finesse jig. You know, go to where you know you've seen them. That makes sense? That's all I got for now. I also kind of think through, hey, am I doing small fish things in a place that has giants? You know, should I be throwing the mag draft? Just commit to it and, you know, never put it down. Well, I'll tell you that the one that was over 7 back in May hit this little finessey thing. So, I don't know. Rick for sure has faith in it, and he has caught a fish over 23 inches out here. Finessing. I think you just got to be in the right place in the right time. And for sure, if I'm looking at the forward-facing sonar and I start seeing a lot of movement, yeah, they woke up and they're aggressively eating. Then I'm going to throw the mag draft, then I'm going to throw the 7-inch scented jerk shad. I should probably still throw that a little bit towards the end of the day as the light gets lower. But I don't know. I've had more bites today, more catches today than I did the previous two throwing the little jig. I think we get a lot more bites than we know. I think it would kill us to know how often our bait is in a fish's mouth. All right, first day, missed a big fish right on that point on the 7-inch scented jerk shad, but you know, it's an eat spot they keep coming back to. Might as well give them the jig. Right on that point. Total dink. So I'm using the reverse and the torpedo to keep the wind from pushing me right up onto it. Just kind of hitting it from a different angle. I was on the opposite side dragging it, and now I'm this side pulling it out with the motor. That one has a little more staying power. Yep. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's what I was looking for. Stay buttoned, buddy. Just want to take the picture. Yes. Oh yes. Gee. Wow. Look at that. That was on that point. Sweet. Yes. Yes. All right, got a quick measure on this one. 19 inches, wasn't quite 19 and a quarter, but 4 pounds 7 ounce. So real chunky fish on the jig on a spot where I had been attacked by a big fish. I don't know if it was the same one, but 2 days prior, you know, power fishing fast with the scented jerk shad. So locations do matter. It's good to drop waypoints, and I'm glad that I was patient waiting on this one to hit the jig. So that's the jig. I just broke off another one, but I just figured it made sense to show it before I lost the last one. I think I still got some more of those brown ones. If not, I'll switch to green, but I'm rigging them with the baby goat, but I'm cutting part of it off. I want it to not be totally long, and I figure it's a pretty good craw profile there. I think any longer would maybe look a little weird to them. It would look weird to me. That looks right to me. So I was about to give up on it. I got in the one, I know I missed another, and hit it from a different angle. Glad I stayed on it. I gotta think the wind that kicked up there, and looks like we got some more coming. I can see up that valley. We got rain pushing around, but you know, wind on a point is always a little more helpful than dead calm. Alright, let's leave that point. We're going to zoom down lake, find some more of the waypoints that I've already marked. I worked out a good long time after catching that 19, and I feel like I had one other take that I felt a little bit of a sponginess. I'm like, that's a fish, and I set the hook and it wasn't there right after I knew it was on a hard bottom. So it's kind of tough with that wind pushing you off and using the torpedo to hold you in position, but you're pushing forward to counter the wind. If the wind lets up a little bit, then you've basically slackened the line. Not a totally easy place to fish or position to do that, but I think that'll load back up again. We'll see if there's some other points on the way down there that we can hit that are similar. Definitely the area that I got attacked. I didn't actually catch anything here, but towards the end of the day, I had a lot of hits on just swimming the. I think it was the 5-inch scented jerk shad. Could be they were trout attacking it, but not eating it. I don't know. Nope, the depth finder is not broken. That's actually our depth. Crazy. All right, it's been about 2.5 hours since I caught that 19, and I've gotten no more bites. Went and checked out a bunch of other places. Marked fish on the forward-facing sonar. They just were not interested in eating. You can almost kind of tell from their behavior when you kind of move it up on an area, and they come up and they meet you and look at you and get right underneath it, and then just kind of sink right back down to the bottom. They're not cruising around. They're not doing active things other than checking you out. It's sort of a deflating feeling where you see that happen again and again. And I do what I can to move into an area very quietly, and they still just come over and look at you. So, but yeah, I'm going back to that point where I got the 19. I'm gonna fish that, and then call it a day. It's been an intense 3 days of fishing here in Dworshak. I appreciate you watching, and I know for sure I've learned a good bit, and we'll look forward to coming back when the water temperatures aren't in the 40s. It'd be nice to be here when they're, I don't know, upper 50s, low to mid 60s, like Brandon and I had last May. So something to look forward to. Thanks for watching. See ya.